Middle School, where the 10-1 Bethel Bruins are visiting the 4-7 Hampton Crabbers. This is a group AAA girls softball team. I'll get it straight in a minute. Today's contest is brought to you by the following sponsors: Hampton Chevrolet, located at Mercury Boulevard; by Zooms, with 14 Peninsula locations; and in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Bob Hens, along with Mike Hauser. Mike is substituting for Tim Cole. Mike, you have the lineups, and you have the umpires. So
Umpires?
Umpires.
Yeah, the umpires. The umpires for today's contest: Giles Cutler and Ron Kazmarek.
Kazmarek. All right, behind the plate we got Giles, right? Giles Cutler.
Starting lineups for the Lady Bruins of Bethel High School. And leading off is the shortstop, number 1, Maggie Wolf. Following Maggie Wolf will be number 5, Stephanie Fortune. Fortune playing first base. Then the third batter will be Ashley.
Who's that? Ashley Tomaseski.
Yeah, Tomaseski.
There we go. Did you see the lineup?
Number 15. And she will be playing second base. Stacy Slate follows her, and she is the pitcher for the Lady Bruins. Jennifer Roberts will be playing center field. Behind the plate, Courtney Fopp. And the next batter is Stacy Patrick. She is the third baseman, followed by Mindy Parks, who will be in left field, and Emily Brookman, who will be in right field.
Coach Larry Estep, and he is assisted by Roger Tucker. And here's the first pitch.
Call strike. And I tell you what, the pitcher for the Crabbers, Brittany Butler, supposed to have a pretty lively arm.
Here, ERA is 1.68.
And that's an excellent ERA as the Crabbers come in here to today's contest with a 4-7 record. Total runs, though, are higher than what they've actually given up.
Right, and I had that somewhere.
With a losing record, and you're still scoring more runs than you're giving up.
I think they've scored 76, given up 72, something like that, Mike.
Yeah. The Lady Bruins come in with a record of 10-1. Their only loss of the season so far is to the unbeaten Woodside Wolverines.
Well, Larry Estep said that'll change Monday.
Yeah, they play each other at Woodside this coming Monday. 2-1 is the count.
And the batter we have here is number 1. This is Maggie Wolf. Let's see if I got a little statistics here. Maggie, she's batting .393.
That's
leadoff player hitter. You want that?
Exceptional leadoff batting. That'll leaving up the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes.
We have another contest coming up. This Friday we are having this Hampton Crabbers are going to host the Bethel Bruins in baseball, and we will be bringing you that contest. Beautiful day. No clouds in the sky. Temperature in what, mid-60s?
It's pretty close. Fouled off over here at the first baseline. Count still remains the same at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here we are in the first inning. Top of the first inning, still with the first batter of the game. Well, she's hanging in there, too, and as a leadoff batter, that's what she's got to do. She's got to be able to hang in there and make the play.
Well, what she needs to do, and you want her to get on base, and that puts pressure right away. And there you go.
Shot up the middle. That's right, for a base hit to center field. So Maggie Wolf leads off the first with a single. That'll bring up the first baseman, Stephanie Fortune.
Let's see what Stephanie's doing. I got her somewhere. Hey, would you like her to have her on your team? Batting .640.
Wow.
16 hits at 25 at bats. That ain't shabby.
Well, wild pitch got by the catcher there and advanced Maggie Wolf to second base. Counts 0-1 to Stephanie. That was low.
Oh, we got a few fans coming out. We can pick up more as the game goes on. Started a little early.
A little bit. A square around for a bunt. A pretty bunt. That'll advance the runner to third. And let's see what they're going to call there at first. She bobbled the ball. Did she get the out?
Yeah, then she called the out. That was a bobble. I wasn't sure. But she advanced the runner.
Well, I believe she should have been safe on that one. First baseman never had control of the ball.
Yeah, watch this beautiful bunt. And you can see she's still trying to get the ball after she passed the base, but
now batting number 15, Ashley
Tomaseski. You have trouble with that name.
I have trouble with that name.
Batting 240.
I get it out.
Well, I coached Rob Tomaseski. He played basketball for me when I was over at Bethel, so that's why I know that name.
Squared around a bunt and went. Call strike, missed it. The count's 0-2 now. Again, the leadoff runner, Maggie Wolf, is at third base with one out.
He's 0-2.
Ball one low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
Well, Bethel has won back-to-back district champions, and they'd like to do it again.
A little looping line drive to the pitcher was caught for the second out, as Maggie Wolf is going to score on an error by the pitcher trying to nail her at third base.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a bad throw or just not a good catch, but regardless, you're going to give the error to the pitcher.
Yes.
So. Like, we will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams, and that player will receive a shirt as we watch the replay. And that shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods, and they're located in Poquoson, and they can meet all your sports need with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment, uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
Yeah, all right, we got 2 down now, and the batter is the pitcher, Stacy Slate.
Stacy batting .269. Nice cut. We're going to get a boom mic here. Maybe pick up some of the action and the ball hitting and all that stuff. Don Schraus just doing a good job over here, staying busy. Got his CBS shirt on. I'm not sure about the CBS stuff. You stick that through there, you know a ball's going to hit it.
It's inevitable. 0-2 is the count. A little outside. That was close.
That looked good, didn't it?
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Get a chance. I'll talk between the innings. I'll talk a little bit about our staff. A beautiful day for a ball game.
Swing and a miss, and the ball was dropped by the catcher, so she's got to throw it. And that's
an error.
That's an error on the catcher. She's going to get credit for the strikeout, but the error on the throw to the first base allows Stacy Slate to be safe at first.
We've got a pinch runner for the pitcher on first. I try to get the number. It looks like number 4 for the Bruins, and that's Charlotte Hall. Junior is running for Stacy on first.
Yeah, with Jennifer Roberts is now the batter, number 13, and she is the Bruins center fielder.
She's batting .461.
Awesome batting averages.
One thing that you've always noticed since I've been doing softball, and Larry Estep has been over there coaching that these young ladies hit the ball well. Very good fundamentally. Does a good job. Him and Roger do a good job of teaching the fundamentals to these young ladies, and they come out here and they know what's going on. They don't make many mental errors, and that'll kill you in baseball.
Yeah, pass ball there on the catcher that allowed the runner to. That would be a hard play to get right there.
If she'd have got it because it was such a slow runner, I don't know that she'd have been able to throw anybody out.
We're going to give her an infield hit on that one. What do you think?
I would give her, because I think even if she got it cleanly.
I don't think she'd got her. So Jennifer Roberts is going to be credited for a base hit.
Watch this. She hits right on top and makes it down, and it just goes right off the glove. But even if she caught it, it would have been a close play.
All right, runners on first and third now, 2 out.
Or as Tim would say, on the corners.
Courtney Fopp now up to bat and the catcher. On the corners.
Courtney, 269.
There goes Roberts advancing on the throw to second base. That'll put him on second and third now. 0-1 to count to Courtney, I'm sorry.
Mike, we appreciate you stepping in for Mr. Cole. Mr. Cole isn't going to make either one of the 2 games this week, and we're going to have the pleasure of your company doing this game and the Hampton Bethel baseball game this Friday over at Hampton.
Enjoy it. I really do enjoy doing this. Worked a little basketball with you this year and had a blast doing that. Coming over from radio from 1490 doing the football in the Peninsula District last year. There's a big difference between doing radio and TV, I'm going to tell you.
Radio, you don't get
radio, you have to talk from start to finish. And you don't have to tell everybody what they're doing because you can actually almost see it. Most people
almost.
Can. Most
Wait
people
a minute
can.
now. Our crew makes sure they can see it.
If they're like me and they got glasses, they might not be able to see it even that way.
Let me tell you, they do such a good job that they'll even show it again on a replay. You missed it the first time, hang around.
2-2 is the count here. There's 2 gone here in the top of the first inning. There's another pass ball. That's going to allow a runner to score for the Bruins' second run of the inning.
Here we go. Watch it coming in. You can see just got by the catcher. Good camera work. Got her going right down the line. She didn't need to slide, but she wanted to make sure. She wanted to make that. She wanted to make that home plate out, clean that base off again.
The Crabbers pitcher wasn't covering anyhow, so she didn't really need to.
Well,
slide.
He got the corner on that one.
Yeah.
Got a call third.
Courtney strikes out on looking, but a third out of the inning. So after a half an inning of play, the Bethel Bruins lead 2-0 with the Crabbers coming up.
2-0.
They got 2 runs on 1 hit, and there were 2 errors in the inning.
All right, to talk a little bit about our crew. We got Scotty Bowers as our director, graphics and audio. Well, let's just do graphics. Andy Foley. The audio is Mike Nowinski. Cameras, Nathaniel Braxton, Susan Bowers, and who's the other? Is that Mike Nowinski on the camera? Yeah, good. Got Mike on the camera. Got him doing something today. Andre Mattingly, and, of course, does everything else. Our own Don Scharouse. He is engineer, and he runs around and makes sure everything's going. Zooms has 14 convenient Peninsula locations. You can get your Beantown coffee, Kentucky Fried Chicken, potato wedges, Krispy Kreme donuts that you buy a box in one.
No, that's Tim.
That's Tim.
That's
See, I
Tim.
look over there and I think that's Tim,
hey,
but it's not.
I got more hair up here.
And you got a darker beard.
I do. Have you looked lately?
Well, I want to make you feel good. Get you a good gas there.
Appreciate that.
And also brought to you with the sponsorship of one of our sponsors we had many years ago. Is coming back and do all our football games and is doing this softball game, and that's Hampton Chevrolet, located on West Mercury Boulevard. And we want to thank Hampton Chevrolet as one of our corporate sponsors.
Yeah, we can go over the starting lineups for the Bethel Bruins.
Oh, you mean for the Hampton
Crabbers, as they're coming up to bat now. Leading off is going to be Tara Jones. She is their third baseman.
You can see it right there.
And batting second, Toya Johnson will be playing center field. Shortstop is Jasmine Villas. Pitcher is Brittany Butler. Playing left field, Jeannie Edwards. And playing second base, Michelle Clark. And right field is Stacy Roush. Catching, Amy Russo. And the first baseman, Jenny Kelly. It's the Crabbers lineup.
All right, we'll see what I don't have the ERA for this young lady, but she has only lost one game. The pitcher for the Bethel Bruins, she's done a great
Stacey
job.
Clark, the battery for the Bethel Bruins pitching, Stacy Clark, number 21, and Courtney Pop is number 10 as the catcher. First pitch in for a strike on Tara Jones of the Lady Crabbers. She squared around a bunt, came back and took a healthy cut at the ball and fouled it off down the first baseline. That's gives them an 0.
But I got Stacy Slate, right? Is the pitcher for the Bruins?
Correct.
Yeah.
Stacy Slate.
Yeah, she's a senior. She pitched a game with last time they played the Crabbers. She twisted an ankle coming off the rubber, and really was a bad sprain, but she went ahead and finished the game anyway, and then ended up playing against Woodside the next game with a sore ankle and cut top of her hand on fourth inning, hit it on the fence or something, and inside corner. Boy, that was a good pitch. So, you know, she did well for about 4 games, and then about 4 innings, and then the hand and the leg started bothering, the ankle started bothering, so they're looking a little revenge coming up.
This is Toya Johnson. This Toya Johnson batting now for the Crabbers with one out.
Remember Toya from the basketball. Young lady, she's not very big, but I'll tell you what, she get a whole lot of rebounds.
She's a fireball on the basketball court.
Toya
is really quick.
Yeah, she's batting 167. And I tell you, she is quick, and that's why they got her up there. And she's hard to pitch to if she's small and she crouches over a little bit. She's got a small strike zone.
I would assume that the Lady Bruins are expecting her to bunt the ball since they got both the first and third baseman halfway up the line.
But you notice the Bruins are going to play there.
Yeah.
But she had no chance. There was some good pitching that time, and never got a chance to square around.
3 straight pitches.
Stacy thought that hit the inside corner. She wasn't too happy with it, but
this is the shortstop, Jasmine Villas, up to the plate for the Crabbers.
Jasmine's batting 267.
2 gone here in the first inning. That's low. That's the first time this inning that she has got behind a batter. Stacy Clark for the Bruins. 2-0 right now is the count. That sun is potent today, isn't it?
Yep. That's why I got my hat on.
Took off a little bit on that pitch and put it right down the middle. I'm not going to comment on that.
I'm going to tell you what, your forehead's going to be red as your shirt when we get done. You look like you on that. Well, in fact, you wearing a shirt. You pulling for the Crabbers there with that red shirt on, right?
No. I don't pull for nobody. You know that.
I know. I just got to jerk your chain a wee
Even
bit.
if I went there.
Oh, no, not another one. You and Tim both.
Oh, man. That last pitch was a little high, but Jasmine swung at it. That'll even the count at 2-2. Took a little bit off of that one. That one might have a chance. No, the second baseman pulls that one in for the 3rd out of the inning. So that after one complete inning of play, the Bethel Bruins lead the Hampton Crabbers 2-0.
That was a quick inning.
It was 3 up and 3 down. Had 2 strikeouts in the inning.
After one complete. Tell you a little bit about our Hampton School Board. And WHCS Channel 46 presents your school board meetings live on the 1st and 3rd Wednesdays of each month. It starts at 7:30, so you need to tune in and be informed. And by the way, the first day of May happens to be the first Wednesday of the month, and we will be awarding to our softball, baseball, girls and boys soccer the highest GPA the academic award from Zooms will be handed out in that session, so you want to tune in and see that. And we hopefully will recognize both Dave Buckwalder, who give us the plaques when we were doing plaques, and John Roberts, who gives us the shirts. Now these are donated to Channel 46 so that we can recognize players of the game. So we're going to, the school board wants to recognize those two young men, and I do appreciate it. I hope you tune in and watch that.
Leading off the top of the second inning for the Lady Bruins is Stacy Patrick, followed by Mindy Parks and Emily Brookman. 2-0, the Lady Bruins over to the Lady Crabbers. Top of the second inning here at Lindsay Middle School.
Stacy batting .285. Oh, right at the knees.
Took a little bit off and out just outside.
Yeah, just missed the corner, but that was a good location for the pitch.
Well, we're sitting in the right spot to see that one too.
If you got her on one and then you try to get it on the corner, you hope she goes for it.
There's a grounder hit to the shortstop for an easy out. Out number one. One out now. Mindy Parks,
that was
left fielder.
The shortstop is, who's that? That's Jasmine Villas, the shortstop. Nice run. Now watch this. There you can see it. Easy out. Shortstop's got to have a good arm, and Jasmine shows she's got a good strong arm. We've got a couple players for Hampton that won't play today. Injured is Tasha Schuckner, or Schucker, I guess it is, and sick is Missy Harrison. So neither one for the Crabbers will be participating today.
Counts 1 ball and 1 strike here to Mindy Parks. One out here in the top of the second inning. Little pop fly there to Jasmine there at second, shortstop for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, number 2, playing right field, Emily Brookman.
Emily's batting .208. Here you can see right here, it's just a nice little easy fly ball right to the shortstop.
Ball one, that's evens the count at 1-1 on Emily Brookman, her first at bat of the game. Still early as we play 7 innings in high school softball. Little grounder foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Emily.
We do have a mercy rule that if the team is ahead by 15 runs, they will call it after 5 innings, and that's it's happened a few times. But Hampton Crabbers used to be one of the easy teams in the Peninsula District, but Andrea Samsky's done a real good job. He's got a good team this year. They've won 4 games and just doing a good job with them.
Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. They were looking for that call.
Yep.
Nope.
Didn't get it.
That'll even the count at 2-2.
Check that
2
swing,
down.
but she got a big smile on her face.
2 down here in the top of the second inning. Lindsay Middle School. I can remember when this was called Lindsay Junior High. Back in my days. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As the catcher tags out the runner. That'll end the inning. 3 up and 3 down for the Crabbers. That'll be the Crevice pitcher number Brittany Butler. That'll be her second strikeout of the game. So in the second inning of play, the Bethel Bruins, no runs, no hits. There were no errors. Nobody left on. When there's 3 up and 3 down, you got zeros across the board.
Across the board. Well,
Yeah.
I could even keep the scorebook if it's that easy.
Well, here.
No, thank you. I see all those little marks you put in that. Then you and Tim get to moving on that thing, and I don't know what's going on.
In the bottom of the second inning for the Crabbers, the pitcher will be leading off Brittany Butler, followed by Jeannie Edwards and Michelle Clark. Do we have any batting averages for these young ladies?
Yeah, we'll get what I got. Who is we got is coming
Brittany
up?
Butler will be leading off the inning.
Okay. Brittany, she's batting .290. She's cleanup. Is this?
Yeah,
she's
she is the cleanup
hitter. Okay.
Couldn't ask for a better day weather-wise.
Got a little breeze. You'll hear the wind every now and then, in maybe coming through our mic. But I tell you, it's intermittent. It's not a steady thing, and it's not affecting any of the play out here. So
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Looking up, there's not a cloud in the sky, and considering how the weather has gone around here lately, it's nice to see.
yeah, well, you don't know if it's going to rain or if it's going to be 90, if it's going to be 60.
Well, you know how the weather is around here. If you don't like it today, wait a couple hours. It might change, or it will change. Oh, a liner back to the pitcher off her glove. Got her.
And I'll tell you, the glove went down there. I'm more of self-protection than anything else.
Check out her number on her jersey.
Who's that?
It's number 20.
Yeah, it's 20. And I don't know what we got. We got it. Somebody.
It was given to us as number 14. So
it is 20.
It is 20. That's what we had originally, and the coaching staff gave it to us as number 14.
Right here. This is what I got from her. You can see right on the thing, 14 instead of 20.
So the pitcher throws her out for the first inning, or first
got
out.
a hit batter.
Well, I didn't see that. Of course, I won't see it if I'm not looking. I was looking in the book. It looks like it might have hit her in the hand, too.
Yeah.
Looking at her, and that is Jeannie Edwards, the left fielder. So that'll put her on first base.
Check her, make sure she's okay.
A good old HP in the book.
Well,
Or HB. HB. Hit that.
Larry Estep says they hit the bat. So if it hits the bat and hits the hand, it's, that's a strike.
Yeah, that's a foul ball if it hits the bat. But the plate umpire doesn't agree with him.
Well, I tell you one thing, you gotta like the coaches. They're looking for all the advantages, and that's what your coach is supposed to do.
So that'll put Edwards at first base, bringing up Michelle Clark, the second baseman. Still one out here. As a little swing and bunt there, and the runner advances to second base as she steals the bag.
All right, what we got here? Michelle Clark. Let's see what Michelle's batting. 118. And she got to go back. I don't know what. She took off too soon or what?
Must have. I didn't see it. So we'll take it off of the book.
No, you can erase with that.
It's called an eraser. With a pencil.
See, Tim does it with a pen.
We use. There she goes again. As this time she makes it cleanly on her own.
I tell you what, she got good speed.
We'll put the SB back in the book for a stolen base as Jeannie Edwards advances to second base on the pitch. That'll leave it a count at 1-1 now. One out here in the second inning. That takes them out of the force situation as first base is now open. And she squares around again to bunt. The ball was high. Coaching staff of the Bruins are complaining that batter is actually moving the bat towards the ball, you can square around the bunt as long as you bring the bat back as the ball's crossing the plate. It's not considered a swing. When you stick the bat out there and don't make a move at the ball, you're considered going after the ball. So that's why the coaching staff is complaining. She squared around a bunt again and fouled that one back here to us. Glad the fence is here, though, huh?
Well, you'd have caught it.
Not me. I have 2 left hands. You know how the old left feet rule?
I'm not going to comment on that.
Good.
You're more like Tim all the time. We just need to kick some of that hair off top of your head.
No. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's for the second out of the inning for the Crabbers. Oh, my. I'm going to tell him you said that. Stacey Roush now coming to bat for the Crabbers, right fielder. 2 gone here in the bottom of the second inning. And she squares around the butt and went for
it. Stacey Roush, batting 120.
They scored an awful lot of runs for their batting averages as low as they are.
They
you notice
have.
That one's fouled back. That makes the count no balls and 2 strikes. Yes,
wow.
swing and a miss for the third strike and the third out of the inning as Stacey Clark for the Bruins came back strong, striking out the last 2 batters. That'll end 2 complete innings of play. Lady Bruins leading the Lady Crabbers 2-0.
Remind our fans that our corporate sponsors, Hampton Chevrolet, located in West Mercury Boulevard, one of our corporate sponsors. We appreciate their help. And, of course, Zooms with 14 Peninsula locations. They've got that good Citgo gas there. You can get your Cokes and the subs and the ham and cheese subs. Yeah, they even got the Krispy Kreme donuts. Beantown coffee. Stop by. Fill up the car and fill up your stomach. Well, Tim does that all the time.
Yeah,
you know, when he
box of what is he called?
Box and one.
Box and one.
Yeah, they give him 13 donuts. They know him. You know, the old show Cheers. The guy used to go walk in. They'd say, Norm, up there at that Zooms and up there on Morgan Boulevard. He'd walk open the door and say, damn. You know, they got a stool off what for him. You know, they know when he's coming to put on extra chicken, and they take care of him. David Allen Zooms. We do appreciate their corporate sponsorship. And David will be with us. We gave out the basketball awards a week ago today. A little late getting them out, but we did do that.
Okay, this will bring the top of the third inning around here for the Bethel Bruins.
Who do we have?
Leadoff batter, shortstop Maggie Wolf.
Maggie is just a junior.
As this is her second trip to the plate as she singled to center field her first at bat. As a matter of fact, she has the only hit of the game right now.
Well, she started off with 13 hits at 33 at bats, so now she's got 14 at 34 at bats. So she's improved her batting average a wee bit. But remember the last time she hit that ball right up the gut, right between the
pitcher and the shortstop.
Yeah.
That was a well-hit shot. Shortstop really had not a chance to get the ball. It was hit so hard it went right on by her.
Hit another one. This is going to be in the fly, right? Oh, there you go. Right into the center fielder.
Flies out to the center fielder for the first out of the inning.
And that center fielder is Toya Johnson.
Yep, Stephanie Fortune. Oh, okay. Stephanie Fortune is the batter now for the Lady Bruins. First base.
Here we can watch the hit in the center field. And there's that center field camera, Nathaniel Braxton.
And Stephanie, her first trip to the plate in the first inning, grounded out to the third baseman.
And she's a senior on this team.
2-0 is the count here to Stephanie.
Let's see what Stephanie. We got, here we go. She's 16 hits at 25 at bats. So I tell you, 640, man, that's awesome.
Pretty excellent average there. Right down the middle. Excellent little off speed there. She let up a little bit on that one. And,
little changeup.
2-1 is the count now. That'll even the count at 2-2.
I want you to look what we got down here in the corner of our screen.
Balls, strikes, and outs.
I tell you what, that crew.
Andy's on top of the things in there.
I tell you what, I'm impressed. I'm impressed, Andy Foley. Always coming up with little things that just help the viewers. A great thing.
There's a line drive. Gets past the second baseman for a base hit as Stephanie Fortune will increase her batting average with that shot.
And that brings up who? Watch this. Nice shot. You can see that was a well hit ball. Ashley Tomaseski is up.
Little looper to the shortstop, and he gets her, and I tell you what, the runner at first base was a little too far off the bag as she gets doubled up for the third out.
What a great job that time by the shortstop, Jasmine Villas.
That goes as a pop fly to the shortstop, and she gets credit for the throw to the first baseman for the third out. That'll end the top of the second inning for the Lady Bruins. One hit. There were no runs, no errors. Nobody was left on as we see our first double play of the year.
That was a good one. Heads up on the shortstop. She's made about 4 or 5 putouts or outs.
She's been in on a lot of the plays here in the
first
game so far, the first 3 innings.
3 innings, yeah.
So after 2.5, Lady Bruins still lead the Lady Crabbers 2-0. As the Lady Bruins scored 2 runs in the first inning on 1 hit. A couple of errors. Leading off the bottom of the third for the Lady Crabbers, Amy Russo. She is the catcher for the Lady Crabbers. Then comes Jenny Kelly. And then the top of the lineup, Tiara Jones. Ooh, wind's picking up now.
Feel good.
It does. And it's supposed to warm up between now and Friday, too.
Well, that's good, because I'm playing golf Friday.
But it's also supposed to rain tomorrow.
Hey, don't be talking rain when I'm talking golf. Yeah,
Well,
playing in the Relay for Life tournament over at the Woodlands Sunday morning.
One of these days when I can retire and talk about playing golf every day, I'll be in your boat.
I don't play golf every day. Now, this Jack
just
McDonald,
every other day.
Jack McDonald and I, we have it set up pretty well. And my wife says to me, "Are you playing golf today?" And Jack's wife says, "What time are you playing golf today?" I just got to get my wife to think more like his Glenna.
Went after that one, too. That's 0-2 now for the catcher, Amy Russo.
Amy batting .250.
Right down the middle.
1, 2, 3.
3 straight pitches for the
Brings up Jenny Kelly batting .231.
Hey, well, it's 5 strikeouts already, and we're only in the bottom of the third inning for Stacy Clark of the Bruins. Stacy Slate, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I thought you said Clark one
I
time.
did. Stacy Slate.
Well, we get a call to the stadium. We'll just to the
Just stick them on.
yeah. We get if County gets called. I just said, give them your number. Give them your email.
Well, I have to flip the book back and forth. Yeah. 0-1's the count. That's a foul ball out of play. Ooh,
Almost got it.
almost got her.
You almost got it with a foot.
0-2 now for the Crabbers catcher, Amy Russo. Yeah, it looks like they're kind of discussing which ball they want to use. I think the pitcher wants to use the ball that was just hit out of play, and the umpire wants that other ball in there.
Well, they're not going to put the other ball in. It's got a mark on it or something.
Not real sure what that's all about.
There's something wrong with the ball. She didn't like it.
Yeah, the umpire kept it in his little pouch there, so they didn't.
He doesn't have another ball. Till he gets another ball, he got to keep it, I guess.
Swing and a miss.
And is that a strikeout? Number 2. And that's another strikeout.
Strikeout number 6 now. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, the third baseman, Tiara Jones, as she goes to try to bunt the ball on.
Let's see. Tiara is she's a senior. She hit about 5'2", but let's see what she has done. She's had 39 at bats and 6 hits coming into today's contest.
She's 0 for 1 so far today with a strikeout, and she's in the hole now, 0-2, with her second at bat of the game.
Wasn't me.
What was that noise?
I don't know.
Ooh, that was close. A little high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Lady Crabbers. Tiara Jones. And she is 0 for 1 so far in the game. We have a course over there, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Pitch is low.
A little low.
That'll even count at 2-2 now.
Deuces wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes,
Well,
2 out.
Lady Crabbers are hanging in. I expected it to be a little bit more scoring in this game. Of course, Brittany Butler for the Crabbers, their pitcher, is pitching a pretty good game herself.
And there's
with the
another
exception of 1
strikeout.
hits.
That's 7 strikeouts in 3 innings.
Yep, if she strikes out the side, that'll be the 3rd out of the inning for the Lady Crabbers. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. After 3 complete, the Lady Bruins 2 and the Lady Crabbers nothing.
I want to tell you that today's contest is brought to you in part by Parklawn Wood Funeral Home. They're conveniently located at Hampton Center Parkway and North Armstead Avenue. They have a new facility out there. Stop by or give them a call, 827-4670. Nancy Staten is the manager.
Yeah, we are in the midst of a no-hitter now through 3 innings for the pitcher.
And she's
Bruins.
She's up to bat, too.
And she will be the leadoff batter, Stacy Clark, in her first at bat.
Now, there you go, calling her Clark again.
I'm sorry, I don't know why I say that. Stacy Slate. She struck out in the first inning swinging, but reached first base when the ball was dropped by the pitcher, and the catcher was charged with a throwing error to first base. So she is the lone. Let's see, she scored the 2nd run of the game, reaching first base after a strikeout.
Yeah, but then they gave her. They had a pinch runner for her. From
right.
there on.
That was Charlotte Hall that ran for her.
She's had 7 hits at 26 at bats coming into today's contest. Senior for these Lady Bruins.
Stacy Slate. talked about how nice it was out here when we first got out here. You'll notice that wind picking up a little bit, the sun's starting to go down some. By the time this game is over with, it might be a little nippy out here. Grounder to the shortstop, and the ball was a little bit on the high side.
Well, that should have been caught. It hit her in the glove. She just didn't hang on to him. That was a nice play by shortstop Jasmine. Doing a good job at shortstop, covering a lot of ground. Watch the play here.
See who we're going to charge the air to. See what the throw.
You can see the throw. Oh, we lost it.
Yeah, we're going to charge the air to the first baseman.
I thought it was
E3.
It hit the glove, so I think it was something should have.
Nice play as the Crabbers' third baseman picks it up and throws the ball to right field. Jennifer Roberts rounding third base as she's going to end up scoring on a 4-base error. That also brought in the first runner.
Yeah, which she was.
Did Charlotte Hall go in to run for her?
Yeah, number 4.
Yeah,
Charlotte
okay.
Hall was running.
So everybody around the bases on that one. That was.
And they're telling them, keep going, keep going.
Yeah,
right there.
E5 on that one. So that gives the Lady Bruins a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. And the defense is what's hurting the Lady Crabbers right now.
Throwing errors.
Courtney Fopp now the catcher for the Lady Bruins batting. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count.
Courtney is another senior on this team. Let's see what she's done. 7 hits at 26 at bats.
A ground ball to the third baseman. And then she made the play for the first out. That'll bring up Stacy Patrick.
Who was that at third base? That's here we go. That's Tara Jones.
Yep.
Tiara Jones. Stacy Patrick.
She grounded out to the shortstop her first at bat.
She's got 6 hits at 21 at bats.
Grounds out to the shortstop again.
Tell you what an arm that shortstop's got. Here you see it again. It's a shot to the shortstop. Nice throw. Okay, good job.
2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Little blooper over the shortstop's head that time. It gets by both the left fielder and the center fielder covering, so it'll be a base hit and an error on the left fielder to allow Mindy Parks to advance to second base. Give her a base hit, though.
Well, Mindy had 7 hits at 18 at bats coming into that. Was that Mindy Parks? Is that what you said?
Yes, Mindy Parks.
She's just a junior. Here you go. You can see the action. Just couldn't get the ball.
That is the 3rd error of the inning for the Lady Crabbers. A little easy grounder to pitcher that couldn't handle it. The second baseman still gets her to end the inning. So if you're scoring it, that goes as a 1-4-3 put out.
1-4-3.
For the 3rd out of the inning. But the Lady Bruins come up with 2 runs in the top of the 4th inning. They had 1 hit, but the Lady Crabbers committed 3 errors. That hurts.
We will pick a player of the game from each one of these teams, and that player will receive a T-shirt. The T-shirt comes from the Islander Sporting Goods, and they're located in Pocosin. They can meet all your sports needs with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual. They have equipment, uniforms, plus they got screen printing. We want to call anybody out there, give Dave Chubb a call at 868-8467, and John Roberts is the owner. And we will recognize John Roberts at the school board meeting on the 1st of May.
You know, the worst part about this situation being 4-0, all 4 runs are unearned. And both of those 2 runs in the last inning for the Lady Bruins were scored before the hit was made off of errors. So if the Lady Crabbers would you know, if they were making the defensive plays, it'd be a different story on the score.
Well,
It
and
could
then
be 4-0.
so what you're telling me then is that your ERA is not affected by unearned runs.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
So far, as of right now, the Crabbers pitcher's ERA is 0 for this game.
Okay.
Because
That
no earned runs so far.
That explains a lot of things.
So I guess when we started the program, the game here, and we were talking about how the pitcher for the Lady Crabbers' earned run average was as low as it was, even though they've lost 7 games. You have to contribute to the fact that there was an awful lot of unearned runs being scored, because you know she's got less than a 2.0 earned run average.
Yep.
And that's an excellent ERA for any pitcher.
Yeah.
Here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Lady Crabbers.
Toya Johnson, is that who we got up there?
Yep, I've got number 6 in my book, and it looked like she had number 4 on her shirt.
Well,
Should be Toya Johnson.
it is.
What number does she have on her jersey? 4.
Got number 4.
And it is Toya Johnson.
Well, we go by what we got.
I know. Well, we're going to change it what we got.
She's had 6
She
hits.
is now number 4.
36 at bats.
Brittany Butler was given to us as 14, and she's 20.
Well, just
Oh, well.
as long as we know they've got the names on the back of the jerseys would help us.
Bottom of the 4th here at Lindsay Middle School, the Lady Crabbers of Hampton and the Bethel Lady Bruins. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, another strikeout for
That's 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Stacy Slate for the Lady Bruins is pitching a whale of a game.
Yeah, you caught that one.
Yep.
You did a good job.
That is her 8th K strikeout of the game. She had 2 strikeouts in the 1st inning. She had 2 strikeouts in the 2nd inning. She struck out the side in the 3rd inning, and she leads off the 4th, striking out the leadoff batter. Batter now with 1 out is number 11, the shortstop, Jasmine Villas, and she's been in an awful lot of plays so far in this game.
Yes, she really has, Tim.
She has
Mike, excuse me.
She has a rifle for an arm.
She's had
and
12
I have a
hits.
lot more hair than Tim does.
Have 45 at bats. Yes, you do.
I'll tell you what, I bet you he would be wearing a hat out here today.
Yes, if he didn't, I would
you'd be
have
having
to get
your sunglasses.
I'd have to get
put
more
blinders
sunglasses,
on.
blinders or something. We wouldn't be able to see this monitor.
1 ball, 2 strikes is the count here. A little ground ball to the 3rd baseman. And she throws her out. She got a little piece of the ball that time, though.
That was what, about 4 or 5 strikeouts in a row?
It was 4 in a row before that one.
Here you see the nice pickup by the 3rd baseman, nice stretch by the 1st baseman.
With 2 gone, Brittany Butler, the pitcher, now batting for the Lady Crabbers. And that was a little bit on the high side.
Brittany's had 11 hits at 38 at bats.
And so far, the Lady Crabbers have no hits in this game. We're already in the 4th inning, so we're past the halfway point here. That was foul tipped. 1-1 is the count. The amazing part about this game, even though the Lady Crabbers are down 4-0, Brittany Butler, the Crabbers pitcher, is pitching a 2-hitter. Oh, nice changeup. She got Butler swinging on that one.
A little early, but that's what a changeup is to do. Crabbers 4-7 and the Bruins 10-1. Looking for revenge come Monday.
Yeah, the Woodside Wolverines better watch out. That's foul tip, but the catcher caught it. That goes as another strikeout, gentlemen. Third out of the inning for the Lady Crabbers. That'll end the fourth inning for the Crabbers. No runs, no hits, no errors.
4 complete.
Nobody left on base. And as of right now, with a 4-0 lead, the Lady Bruins' Stacy Slate is pitching a no-hitter.
Again, we want to thank Hampton Chevrolet for being one of our corporate sponsors. They're located at West Mercury Boulevard, right across the street from Riverdale Shopping Center. Been one of our corporate sponsors years ago, and coming back, going to sponsor this game. They're going to do the football games in the fall. Do appreciate their corporate sponsorship. And of course, by Zooms with 14 Peninsula locations where you can get Citgo gas, and you can get Beantown coffee, fried chicken, potato wedges, Krispy Kreme donuts, ham and cheese subs, Coke, you name it, they got it. If you go to the one up there on Warwick Boulevard, you'll see a stool in there that says Tim on it. Do not sit in that stool.
Oh, he's looking for that box and one, I know.
Yes, he is. Wants those donuts.
I need to know which one he's going into. I'm going to have to go and stay, and and go through the same routine. I'm going to have to go up there and introduce myself to the manager and listen, If Tim Cole can get that box of one, I should at least get a half of one, right?
Yeah, at least. Well, that when he calls him and tells him he's coming over, they put on more chicken.
Oh well, I'm not going there. Tell him I'm Tim's brother.
Yeah, you go. You both got, facial hair.
That's the only thing we got in common.
Facial hair.
Oh, goodness gracious. Leading off the top of the fifth inning for the Bethel Bruins, shortstop Maggie Wolf.
You both got really nice wives. And your facial hair is about the same color as his. I'll look closer
it's
to
white. It's white. That's what it is. Yeah, pitch was a little low, but she got the strike on it. Again, leading off here the fifth inning, Maggie Wolf for the Lady Bruins, shortstop. 4-0 here after 4 complete.
Maggie is junior on this team, and let's see what she's done. She's 13 hits at 33 at bats coming in today's contest. It's not shabby. I do appreciate these statistics, both from Larry Estep and Andrea Samsky.
You'll get it out.
There you go.
Little grounder to the pitcher there for the put out at first. Out number 1 here.
Stephanie Fortune, senior. Yeah, just a little dribbler right back to the pitcher, and no problem.
And Stephanie is 1 of 2 on the day as she singled.
Takes a
up
strike.
the middle in the third inning. She was left stranded on a double play. Yeah, that was a swinging strike that got away from the catcher for the Crabbers. 0-2 is the count now on Stephanie. My favorite last name is coming up next.
It must be Tomaseski.
Ashley Tomaseski. Foul tip. She's hanging in there.
You just have trouble with that name, don't you? I mean, you look at it and you say, okay, I know how to pronounce it. And you say, how do you pronounce it?
Tomaseski. Of course, this is Stephanie Fortune up now. First baseman for the Lady Bruins. Another grounder back to the pitcher. She is quick. Look at her get down the line.
Ooh, I tell you.
Play was in time.
It just got there in time, but she put on the afterburners.
Yeah, boy, she was getting down the line. She almost ran that one out. A routine grounder back to the pitcher, and she almost ends up with a single out of it. 2 down now here in the top of the fifth inning. Ashley Tomaszewski up to bat now, the second baseman for the Lady Bruins.
I just wonder if Ashley is any relation. She's just a junior. I wonder if she's any relation to the Tomaseskis I coached at Bethel.
Yeah, you're telling everybody how old you are now.
Yeah,
Swing and a miss.
when I tell my wife that, I did a football game and, one of the guys that I coached, son was playing. She says, when it's their grandson, you were out of there.
When it says grandson, you're in trouble.
She says, you are out of there.
0-2 is the count here. There's a ground ball to the third baseman for the Lady Crabbers, and the throw to first for the third inning. Third out, and that'll end the top of the fifth for the Lady Bruins. No hits, no runs, no errors. There was no one left on base.
And who we got coming up? For the Lady Crabbers.
Jeannie Edwards will be leading off the bottom of the fifth inning for the Lady Crabbers. Michelle Clark, and then Stacy Ralph following them. Excellent game so far.
Well, it's not been a runaway, which in the past when you played the Hampton Crabbers, it was pretty done deal, but they hanging in there. The young lady is pitching a two-hitter and
down 4-0 and has only had 2 hits off of her. And one of the hits, the second hit, came after the runs were scored. She was left on base. So,
and we got this young lady, Stacy Slate, is pitching a no-hitter, right? So both of them are doing pretty good.
Yeah, Stacy's.
I think the only runner she's had is the hit batter, isn't it?
Right. That's the only thing stopping her from having a perfect game. As Stacy has thrown, she has 8 strikeouts so far. And this is Jeannie Edwards, the left fielder for the Lady Crabbers.
Jeannie Edwards, 7 hits at 36 at bat so far this year.
Fouled back out of play, back behind us.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, I noticed 2 things about you right away. When the ball is hit, you don't duck. Tim ducks.
Why do you duck? There's a fence in front of you.
He still ducks. Me too when it's coming right at me.
Well, if we're sitting in this position at Hampton, this low, and the ball comes back and hits the fence, I'll jump.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yeah, I want to remind the fans that we will be over to Hampton High School this Friday to do the Bethel Bruins, who are at this point undefeated. They have not lost a game, and Hampton has not won a game, but that can always change.
Well, the Crabbers came close yesterday, losing a heartbreaker in extra innings to Heritage 1-0. And from what I understand, they probably should have won that one.
Yeah.
So
the one that probably got away from them.
0-2 now is the count to Jeannie Edwards.
What we got there?
Swing and a miss.
There's another strikeout.
Strikeout number 10 for the Bruins pitcher. Doing a well of a job. All we've got is 0 for 2s all the way across the board. There's an attempted bunt. Gets down the line.
Oh, nice hustle. Nice hustle.
First baseman actually throws it out as the second baseman for the Lady Bruins was covering the bag, and that's a perfect execution there.
Stephanie Fortune did a great job. Watch this. Nice bunt. Stephanie gets up there quick, makes a nice throw.
This is Stacy Rouse batting for the Lady Crabbers.
Stacy's has only had 3 hits coming into today's contest. Trying to see what Stacy is a.
There's a bunt to the third baseman. Gets her at first for the third out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Lady Crabbers. Nobody left on base. After 5 complete, score remains the same. The Lady Bruins of Bethel 4 and the Lady Crabbers.
Here's that
nothing.
replay. Watch the bunt going down the third base line. Nice throw, and we go. Good camera work, fellas. One thing that I talked about before, Larry Estep does a good job of the fundamentals. These young ladies do a great job of fielding the ball and throwing the ball. They know which base to go to, what the situation is. They have just done a remarkable job over there. Great job, Larry Estep.
Well, in 5 innings so far, Stacy Slate for the Lady Bruins has 10 strikeouts.
10 KOs.
10 KOs. As the Lady Bruins have 4 runs on the board on 2 hits.
I could substitute softball in for this thing. You ever heard the one that George Carlin did with comparing football and baseball or softball?
I can imagine if it's George Carlin involved.
Yeah. Softball is different from any other sport. Most sports, you score points or goals. Softball, you score runs. Most sports, you put the ball in play by the offensive team. Softball, the defensive team puts the ball in play. In fact, if an offensive player touches the ball, he's out, even if it's unintentionally.
That's right.
Most teams in sports is run by a coach. Softball is a manager, but we call them coaches here. Only in baseball or softball does a manager or coach wear the same uniform as players do. I'll give you a little more of that in a minute.
0-2 now is the count to the Lady Bruins leadoff batter, who just happens to be Stacy Slate, the pitcher. 0 for 2 right now on the game, as she reached both times she's been up to bat today, Bob. She has reached base via the error.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte Hall has come in and run for her at first base
and has
scored both times.
Yeah.
2 balls and 1 strike now to the batters. Oof, that one just missed.
Yeah, that was close.
3-1 now. Crabbers' pitcher doesn't seem to have liked that last call. 3-1 now. That was a pretty off-speed pitch there, as he got Stacy swinging a little early, and she just barely nipped it. So that brings the count full, 3-2 now.
Well, that keeps her alive.
A little off speed again, and she draws a walk this time. So let's see if we have Charlotte coming out there to run for her again.
Yep, I think we do.
Yep. Number 4, Charlotte Hall. That'll bring up Jennifer Roberts, number 13. She's the Bruins center fielder. Let's see if we got them going this time. It looks like they might have a play on here.
Jennifer Roberts is just a sophomore.
Back to the third baseman, and she throws her out as.
Oh, she could have gone down.
Yeah, there was nobody there, and look at Coach.
Coach is upset because she wasn't paying attention.
That was a perfect.
He's telling her, "You look at me."
Sacrifice.
Yes, and it could have been. She could have got 2 bases off it because the third baseman went in and nobody covered the bag.
So Charlotte Hall will advance to second base off of the sacrifice.
I don't know if we can pick all that up, but this is the bunt right here. She makes the throw, but see, nobody is on, and you see the coach at the top. He's saying, what's wrong with you? You're not looking at me. And we have another out.
Excellent play by the Crabber third baseman as she gets Courtney Fopp to ground out for the second out of the inning. But that allowed Charlotte Hall to advance to third base. So with a runner on third, 2 gone now, Stacy Patrick is batting for the Lady Bruins.
She's 6 hits, 21 at bats. Right off the end of the bat. And there's that arm.
Throw from Jasmine.
There's that arm.
Third out of the inning. As the Lady Bruins come up empty on that that inning. No hits, no runs, no errors. There was a walk, and she was left on the bases. So after 5.5 innings, the Lady Bruins
5.5, yeah.
The Lady Bruins still lead 4-1 or 4-0. I'll get it out.
This is really comparing baseball to football, but I like this thing. I might do it again during a baseball game. Find what I do with it. I hit it. As is, you know, baseball and softball are the two most popular sports in this country, and you'd think that'd tell us a little bit about ourselves. Baseball is a 19th century pastoral game. Football is a 20th century technological struggle. Baseball is played in a baseball park. Football is played in a stadium, sometimes called Soldier Stadium or War Memorial Stadium. Baseball begins in the spring when the season of new life. Football begins in the fall when everything's dying. In football, you wear a helmet. Baseball, you wear a cap. Football is concerned with downs. What down is it? Baseball is concerned with ups. Who's ups? He's up, you're up. No, I'm up. In football, you receive a penalty. In baseball, you make an error. Oops. Football, the specialist comes to kick something, and baseball, the specialist comes in to relieve somebody. Football has hitting, clipping, spearing, piling on, late hitting, personal fouls, unnecessary roughness. Baseball has sacrifice. Football is played in any kind of weather. Rain, sleet, snow, hail, fog, can't see the game, don't know if there is a game. Mud on the field, can't read the uniforms, can't see the markers. Struggle will continue. In baseball, if it rains, we don't go out and play. Oops, can't go out and play because it's raining. Baseball, you have a 7th inning stretch. In football, you have a 2-minute warning.
This is Amy Russo up to bat for the Lady Crabbers. She is 0 of 1 in the game so far, as she was one of the strikeout victims in the 3rd inning. 4-0 here. Lady Bruins leading. Bottom of the 6th inning, as the Lady Crabbers only have 2 at bats left to get back in the game. Yeah, that one foul tipped off of a pitch that was almost over her eyes.
Yeah, she's trying to get it on any way she can.
0-2 now to count for Amy Russo. Hey, you sound like you're ready for football to start.
Oh, I'm always ready for football to start. Of all the games we do, that's probably my most favorite.
Yep. Right down the middle, strikeout number 11.
In baseball, as in softball, during the game, there's some kind of picnic going on, not much unpleasantness. In football, during the game, at least 27 times, you'll be perfectly capable of taking the life of a fellow human being, preferably a stranger.
Oh, man. Now batting, Kelly, Jenny Kelly.
Hey.
You got me going now listening to that. George Carlin.
George Carlin did that on on Dave Letterman in 1994.
This is
and I went nuts.
Crabber's first baseman, Jenny Kelly. 0 for 1, as she was a strikeout victim also in the 3rd inning.
Another.
Got a piece of that one.
Somebody should go get it, but nobody's going to go get it. Well, finally somebody's going to go get it.
That was just a little bit high.
Yeah, that's the ball she doesn't like.
It's almost like what's that announcer that did the radio part for one of those movies? Just a bit outside.
Oh, yeah.
You know which one I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't tell you the name.
I'll think about it. I'll remember his name before it's over with.
Is that another strikeout?
Number 12 now for the Lady Crabbers, that's their 12th strikeout of the game. That'll bring up the leadoff batter, Tiara Jones. The shortstop, I'll tell you, the left side of the defense for the Lady Crabbers, that's Toya Jones and Jasmine Villas, has played a wonderful game. The Lady Bruins have got nothing by either one of them.
They got it over the head. That's about the only way they got it by them, is over the head.
They only have 2 hits, so she went. That's plate umpire said that she went, and if she doesn't pull that bat back, she's going to be charged with going after the pitch. So that's one thing that some of these young people don't understand about the bunting situation. Fouled off to
another one out of play.
First baseline out of play. When you square around to bunt the ball, simple rule to remember, simple thumb of rule is if you leave the bat there and the ball's across the plate, it's going to be a strike.
Yep.
If the ball's off the plate and you leave the bat there, 9 times out of 10, the umpire's going to call you for a strike because you didn't pull the bat back.
And we got the one umpire overthrowing the other umpire. Can we have an error on the umpire?
The rule of thumb is if you square around a bunt and you don't want to get the call strike on a bad pitch, you better pull the bat back. Because if you don't, inevitably you're going to be called for the strike. I believe that's what happened on that last one, and she fouls this one back out of play again.
Yeah, a little help, fellas.
Tiara's putting a little bit of metal on the ball here. You notice I didn't say wood on the ball. I hear that might come back around. It's my understanding here in the next few years, the National Federation is considering making everybody go back to
the wood bats.
Oh, now that might be the first hit, and it goes foul.
I tell you what, she's hanging right in there, isn't she?
That's 3 pitches in a row she's fouled off, but that one she almost straightened it out. And we said earlier in the game that this young lady here can run, and she's got a lot of speed. The line drive to the center fielder makes a good play. She was perfectly set for it.
Yes, she was.
That's out number 3.
All right, let me give you a little. You got some summary there you're gonna do?
Yeah, no runs, no hits, no errors, and the word is goose egg.
Okay, now finally the objective of both of these games are completely different. In football, the object is for the quarterback, sometimes called a field general, to be on target with his aerial assault, riddling the defense by hitting his receiver with deadly accuracy in spite of a blitz. Sometimes using a shotgun with short bullet passes, long bombs, he marches his troops into enemy territory, balancing his aerial assault with a sustained ground attack by punching holes in the forward wall of the enemy defensive line. In baseball, the object is to go home. Be safe. I hope I'll be safe at home. You see why I like that?
Yeah, let's go home.
We've gone complete.
That's the philosophy of baseball and softball. Make it home safe.
There you go. All right, we're in the bottom of the.
It is the top of the 7th inning.
4-0,
Lady Bruins.
And we want to let you know that this contest is brought to you in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, conveniently located in Hampton Center Parkway. Give them a call at 827-4670. Nancy Staten is the manager. And we want to thank our other 2 corporate sponsors, Hampton Chevrolet and Zooms. And, of course, Islander Sporting Goods, which allows us to give a T-shirt to the player of the game.
No doubt.
Okay.
No doubt. Both pitchers have pitched a whale of a game today.
Yeah.
Leading off for the Bethel Bruins here in the 7th inning is the left fielder, number 3, Mindy Parks.
I think so.
Okay.
Well, Tim and I always had sometimes had disagreements.
That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But she definitely needs recognition.
Absolutely, both pitchers have done an excellent job today.
She's the Lady Crabbers pitcher has done a good job. The third baseman just cut the shortstop off, and that's the exact play that should have taken place.
She
did a world of a job there.
Well, you see, if you wait till it gets to the shortstop, who was that playing in the deep part of the field, she would never got a throw.
One down now here in the 7th. Brings up the right fielder, number 2, Emily Brookman. As both coaches are staying with the starters, with the score only being 4-0.
Yep.
It's close. And that's the one thing about softball. All it takes is one mistake.
That's it.
And one mistake, and the game can change in a drastic hurry. My son's middle school can say that. I manage his middle school team over at Trinity Lutheran, and I tell you what, we don't have any problem hitting the ball. We just have a problem catching it. And 2 outs with nobody on, you expect to get out of the inning, right? Next thing you know, the other team scores 7 runs. All it takes is one mistake.
Well, it doesn't have anything to do with the coach.
No. It's called inexperienced players.
Okay.
There's a little ground ball to the second baseman, and she throws her out for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring up the leadoff batter, the shortstop, number 1, Maggie.
Watch the replay.
Maggie Wolf here.
Right there. Nice throw.
The second baseman for the Lady Crabbers kind of bobbled the ball a little bit when she picked that one up. She had to kind of hurry to get that out. 2 down now to the top of the 7th. So far, the Lady Bruins only have 3 hits in this game. There is a shot. Nice play.
But the throw was just
a little off.
What a stab.
You almost hate to give her an error on that, but she made a tremendous play defensively, and then the ball was thrown away from the first baseman.
The first baseman did what she was supposed to,
she came
catch
off
the
the
ball.
bag to get it, so we're going to get.
Here we go. Watch it right there. Just too high and took her off the base.
5. Like Coach Estep had a play on, and the batter, Stephanie Fortune, might not have saw it.
Yeah, well, he's gonna let her know when he's smiling at her.
She's snickering too, so must not have been that bad. Runner at first base again, Maggie Wolf. She reached base by the error. Makes her 1 of 4 on the day. And there's a ground ball to the third baseman. Gets her that time for the 3rd out. That'll end the inning for the Lady Bruins. No runs, no hits. 1 error, and there was 1 left on.
And this brings up the bottom of the 7th. This is the last hurrah.
Leading off the bottom of 7th for the Lady Crabbers, the center fielder, Toya Johnson.
Picking a player of the game is always a tough thing to do. We're going to go with Stacy Slate over for the Bruins pitcher. She's had how many?
She's got
strikeouts. She
has 12 strikeouts right now going into the 7th inning.
So she is pitching a no-hitter.
And she is the only thing stopping this from being a perfect game was that she hit a batter.
Was that in the
she
second
hit Jeannie
inning?
Edwards in the second batter of the 2nd inning.
Yeah.
Other than that, she's been perfect. There has not been very many balls that were actually put in play by the Crabbers. When you got that many strikeouts, there's not too many of them been put into play.
Really, you're right.
But Stacy's got an arm. She's right good.
And going for the Lady Crabbers, we're going with Jasmine Vias, the shortstop. Just done a great job. Has been in a lot of putouts today. It was a toss-up between her and the pitcher for the Crabbers. For the Crabbers.
Well, I'll tell you how many plays she's been in so far. That's 4.
Brittany Butler's done a great job pitching. Is not allowed.
Well, the shortstop has made 6 putouts in this game.
Yeah, so we're going with Jasmine and Stacy.
And
congratulations to those 2 young ladies, and they will receive a shirt from Islander Hardware and Sporting Good, and they will get it today.
Yeah, you got it too.
I got the game shirts here.
You got to give Brittany Butler for the Crabbers credit, though. She's pitched the world of a game.
Yes, she has.
3 hits. She's given up 4 runs, all unearned. So her ERA definitely is not going to suffer, but the Crabbers have to put on something here in the bottom of the 7th inning, trailing 4-0. 1-1 is the count to the leadoff batter, the center fielder, Toya Johnson. One ball and 2 strikes is the count. This game's gone along quite quick, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a good game. Another strikeout.
Out number 1.
Strikeout number. You got to. Can you take
13?
You want me to take my shoes off?
13.
You can borrow some of my fingers.
No, I wasn't using my fingers. I've got it written down. Oh, looks like they might have, and they do. Well, yes, they do. They almost got her, but that's the Crabbers' first hit of the game as Jasmine Villa singles to center field.
And that's the player of the game for the Lady Crabbers.
So not only has she done a great job defensively, she right now
there
has
you go. There you see the hit.
Has the only hit of the game so far for the Lady Crabbers. And it's only the Crabbers' 2nd base runner of the game. That shows you how dominant the Lady Bruins' Stacy Slate's been so far. That's why I say you never know in softball. All it takes is one.
Yep. Get one
to get
going.
something going. Brittany Butler, the pitcher for the Crabbers, is now batting. She is 0 for 2. Struck out in the 3rd inning and grounded out to the pitcher in the 2nd inning. That might be a base hit if she can get there, and she did outrun it. 2 consecutive singles now for the Lady Crabbers. That'll put runners at 1st and 2nd as Brittany Butler gets her first hit of the game. And that's 2 in a row.
No out? Oh, 1 out.
1 out.
Yeah,
1 out.
That's right.
That'll bring up the left fielder, Jenny Edwards, number 9.
Jenny's even got number 9 on her cheek.
Bruins call timeout for a powwow at the mound. As they're I guess they're discussing how they want to go about and which one they want to try to get out first on a routine grounder.
Well, they know if it's hit on the left side, they may just.
Yeah, they're going to have a hard time on, the Bethel Bruins, both corners are all the way up. I mean, they're halfway up the baseline, which leaves 3rd base wide open for that runner at 2nd base, who is Jasmine Villas. See what happens here. Goes to bunt the ball. It gets by the catcher, and that'll advance both runners. That one is going to go as a pass ball. A little bit high, but the catcher should have had that one. So
catcher should have had it. I agree.
So Jeannie Edwards has a chance now with a couple of runners in scored position to get back in this game for the Lady Crabbers. That was right down the middle. A little bit late on that swing. I think Samsky wanted a bunt on that one. She wants them to make a throw to 3rd to try to get that score, I guess. They want to get out of this shutout here. First priority. Wind's picking up pretty good now, isn't it?
Yep.
Foul tip.
Well, she wasn't going for the bunt,
nope.
So that's 2 strikes. The game is over after this batter. Oh, no, not necessarily. Okay, Scotty.
Tell him, Scotty, somebody's around here's got to keep him straight. Oh, there's the ground ball, and she's going to attempt to score, and she got the plate blocked. Excellent play by the catcher.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be right back. Back here at Lindsay, after a tape change, we have the batter with 2 strikes.
Michelle Clark 0-2, and then she's fouled off 2 straight to hang in there. Lady Crabbers have runners at first and third, 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning, with the Lady Bruins leading 4-0.
They didn't get a hit until this 7th inning, and they got 2 singles.
And Courtney Fops, the catcher for the Lady Bruins, blocked that runner from scoring. And so far, that's kept the shutout in place. Excellent defensive play by the first baseman by the Lady Bruins on a grounder by Jeannie Edwards. 0-2 is the count. There are 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Oh.
And that's it. Call strike. That's the game.
That is the 3rd out. Another strikeout for her. That gives her 14 on the game. And final score, the Bethel Lady Bruins 4, the Hampton Lady Crabbers 0.
I tell you, both teams did well. 400 runs for the Bethel Bruins, but great game today, and we will have get the shirts to our players. Jasmine Vias for the Crabbers and Stacy Slate for the Bethel Bruins.
Stacy Slate finished the game with 14 strikeouts. Lady Crabbers had 2 hits in the game, and the Lady Bruins had 3 hits on the game, but all 4 runs unearned.
All right, we want to thank our corporate sponsors. First of all, Hampton Chevrolet, located at West Mercury Boulevard, and by Zooms, with 14 friendly neighborhood locations to serve you on the peninsula, and in part by Park Lawn Wood Funeral Home, where Nancy Staten is the manager. For Mike Hauser, the crew, this is Bob Hint saying good afternoon, everybody.
See you Friday.